liking that tune. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So here we are again. We have a special guest, Andrew Strang from Vaping 101. It's the wrong way? Oh, I got it mirrored. you do the pointing. Yeah, there he is. We got again Eric and Bengler Vape Edda, the vaping brew from all over the world.
Okay.
And we got a lot of people in the chat, so we start out with some shout outs. Hi Christopher Earl, hi Heaven and Hope, Bedham, Big Ken Scuppard, Microwave from The Hague, Rifleman, the 60 watt guy from Rotterdam. And there we got Billy Rice, hiya. And this who else? Scrolling up. Andy C is also here. We got Vaping Big, Christopher Earl, Banglair Vape Anna in the chat. Simone Federsuck, Savage Simon, the granddaddy of them all. The Tomo Rahman. Mickey Son from the Late Night Vape Show. Josh is in the chat. And I think I've covered them all. So, yeah, welcome to the show. Glad you all could join in. Yeah.
Okay, so we are not going to talk today. We are here to listen. And we have got a special guest. And Barry is right below me, Andrew. So let's hear about Andrew. So, Andrew, I have a question for you. Like, when did you thought of opening a YouTube channel and why?
So we did the YouTube, I think it's about 2 years now. The reason that we did it, so the reason that I did it was mainly we were dealing with a lot of Q&As. So it was like we'd get an email of like, how do I build? Or how does this pod work? Or how does this, do this? And essentially it was becoming an overwhelming amount of essentially emailing folk, telling them how to do stuff and demonstrating how they would do stuff. So I decided, let's just do a channel and let's just show everything all in one go, all in one video. You can get the videos on the website, you can get them on the YouTube channel. And then that way, anytime anybody asks anything, I just say, go watch the video. It shows you everything. It shows you the build, it shows you how to work the software. That's why my videos are very much from the whole thing, right? I do the whole thing. Like it would be a beginner. Every single video is set up to be like, here's how you fill it. Here's how you use the screen. Here's how you use the software. Here's how you charge it. Because you never know who's going to watch your video. So every video is set up to be essentially a tutorial on how to either work the device, do the coil, or anything else. It's very much just set up in a certain way to help the community, as well as as inform people that this is how it works, and a little bit of my own personal opinion and a bit of my own personal flair as an Aberdonian sort of Scotsman vapor, kinda, because I've had my own opinions about certain things, and that's just how it is. But I enjoy doing it as well. It's very fun. It's good to get involved within the community. That's kind of why I did it. It was mainly to help people.
And that's why you are here, to be involved with the community.
One more thing, most of the people know you, but there are people who can get confused. So Vaping 101, we people know it. Vaping 101 is established vape shop. So what is your connection with Vaping 101? Because both of you have got same logo.
Yes. So technically, I work for Vaping 101. I deal with all the marketing material, website design, SEO stuff. That's internet slang for search engine stuff. I deal with product creation. That's writing out the products, some of the blogs that we do on the website. So that either that be a blog about a pod or a blog about, an e-liquid that's coming out. There's a lot of like, I'm the multimedia guy at Vaping 101. So I deal with all the media. I deal with all of any of the computing solutions. That's kind of my role within Vaping 101. The YouTube channel is just on top of that. Although I do that outside of work. So I don't do it within work period of time. So you're
doing it free? You're doing it for free, basically.
Yeah, in a sense, because I do it out of work hours. So I'll maybe, a new device will come in. I'll take it out. I'll buy it. I'll take it home. I'll unbox it. I'll use it for a week, and then the review will get done a week after. But I'll do that on my own time.
Yeah, so that is also a kind of a remuneration. Yeah.
Cool.
So how was everyone's week? Let's start with Beck. How was your week?
I've been trucking all week. It was a good week. Not that much hours, maybe 50 or 51 hours. So it's an easy week for me since I'm used to 60 hours. Got some mail in, some stuff to build. I received that drop dead that Andrew Strang just recently reviewed.
Yeah, I saw. It's
But
Very good.
mine doesn't have that much spots on it. You see?
Yeah, what the hell? Yours isn't as nearly as good as my one.
Yeah, that is
And
what I
what
was confused. Because when Vic told me why I don't have the blood spots, and I saw Andrew's review, and it had quite a bit. So
Yeah.
they thought you were
He's
a
getting it
PG
out of the
guy.
bag.
They thought you were a PG guy, so they gave you a little bit of blood. Yeah, look at that, a lot of blood. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah, but not that much though.
No.
Not as much as on the picture on the Vape site,
No.
Okay, so who's
So I
next?
guess it's randomized.
How's your week, Eric?
My week was good. Last week, I'm in Indiana here in the United States, and last week we had snow and it was cold. It was, it got down to right around 0 degrees for a minute there a week or two ago. But this week it's been nice. It's been in the mid 60s, and I work in motorcycles, so everybody's been out riding, and so that's been great because it's been super slow, and but just seeing everybody get out and seeing sports cars out, and everything's starting to wake up, and it's nice because I'm not a fan of winter, never have been, and where I'm at, we don't get it too bad. We get usually a couple winter events a year though, and we had one there a couple weeks ago, so it's nice to get some warmer weather, and I got a box of stuff from a company down in Florida that I'm going to go over a little bit here later, and so some cool stuff from them. So good to get back in here with you guys.
Absolutely. So, how was your week, Andrew? And then I'll go last.
Good. It's just the same as usual. New stuff coming out, new pods, new mods, new devices. Personal life, it's World of Warcraft Classic got its new phase, so I'm on that. I'm a big gamer, so that's kind of what I do in my proper free time. Is I game a lot. I play play fighting games. A lot of people on our Discord know, like that's what I do. I vape and then I do gaming. That's my two things. It's my two loves.
So Andrew is basically a multitasker.
Vaping and gaming.
Okay, so my week it has been kind of weird because I'm in the process of setting up my proper studio. So because of that, we purchased a 1 BHK small flat to set up my studio. So today I had to move a lot of stuff and things, and I forgot I have a dust allergy. So I picked up that, and I have already sneezed 150, 200 times.
Oh, you got a sneeze counter. We all have puff counters, but you have a sneeze counter.
So I'm vaping, but I'm not getting the full smell of it. And then, I've got 2 kids, and they are, oh my God. So, it's a pretty hectic, busy, but at the same time, it's fine. Life goes on.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's about it. So,
I have a lot of questions because I am a bit of inquisitive. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions to Andrew.
later. You goes first.
Yeah, later.
It's Eric's time to shine, our anchor man. It's time for the news. So
All right.
there you go.
All righty. So, a little bit of vaping news from around the world. Now, this first one's coming out of the UK. Disposable vapes are going to be banned in England, Scotland, and Wales. Flavors are also going to be restricted to make them less appealing. It's all part of a government plan to crack down on the number of young people taking up the habit. The proposed ban will have to be approved by Parliament to become law, and the government hopes to achieve this by the end of next year at the latest. The number of young people vaping, now this is in the UK, the number of young people vaping has tripled in the last 3 years, with around 20% of 11 to 17-year-olds using vapes in 2023. The government is expected to use the Environmental Protection Act to ban disposable vapes. So, and this is all part of something to crack down on underage vaping, and then also, just waste from disposable vapes. So, so this is something that's going on right now. You guys probably know a lot more about this than me, since it's a lot closer to home for you guys. So that's pretty much what I have on the vape ban that's going on in England. Very, very unfortunate for you guys over there. So what's that like? I mean, especially for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a very touchy subject at the moment, as you can imagine. So as of right now, the government hasn't. They've made their statement, but no paperwork has been filed or anything like that. So we kind of just treat it as it's just a statement from Rishi Sunak. He's just saying it, and they've not made an official statement. Therefore, nothing is final yet, right?
Okay.
And let's be fair, it's what they're proposing is quite dramatic, because it's their wording of what they have written it. Now, disposables getting banned, to be fair, it's an inevitability, but the product does have a place. As much as people don't like it, and as much as some people might say it doesn't translate people from smokers to vaping, I can attest to that it does. We have a lot of older people that come in and buy them, right? So, and there's a lot of people who are now concerned, especially the older customer, are like, "What's happening with these disposables?" I'm like, "Well, they're looking to ban them," and it's like, "So what do I do?" I'm like, "Well, either you can move on to a pod, or you contact your local MP and let them know." But yeah, you're talking. We have a lot of customers, regular customers within the retail store and the online side, who are concerned about it, because you let these guys ban one thing and they'll just chain ban everything else, right?
Yeah, they take one finger and then take the whole hand.
Yeah, as this is the kind of the divide in the community at the moment, within the vaping community in the UK, is they're like, "Oh, ban disposables, they're terrible." It's like, okay, but you let them ban one thing and then they will chain ban all the other stuff. You don't let them ban anything. If they wanted to ban them, they shouldn't have allowed them on the market for 3 years, right? If they thought they were that bad, they should have banned them when they first came out, rather than letting them be on the market for so long. The general consumer now is relying on this product.
I'll be back.
Yeah, his statement's right? You don't let they should have had the law in place beforehand, but now it's kind of
the laws are already in place, like KVR suggests here on screen, but they just have to enforce the laws that are already in place.
Oh, believe me, it's very bad. For the law enforcement side of it, because I kind of know it from Aberdeen, right? I know many places that are selling these disposables really should not be selling them. Shops that have been multiple raided by the trading standards. You're talking 8 times. You've had corner shops raided by trading standards for underage sales, TPD, non-TPD compliant disposables. Yet they don't think that maybe just take away the ability for those shops to sell them, and then that'll solve their supposed help the kids problem, which it would, right? If you only let
Yeah.
actual vape, like proper vape shops sell these things, they would be regulated.
Yeah, if proper vape shop wouldn't sell to another age. They just
No.
they just send them the door.
We are, well, us as a company, we are super strict about it. Like, strict for underage sales. At one point, to essentially stop people coming into our shop when it was really big, we would take people's IDs off of them, like physically take their fake ID off of them and put it on the wall and scribble out all their names and say, this is what happens when you come into this shop and you try and buy disposables with fake ID. We'll take your ID off of you. Because we got, I spoke to obviously trading standards, and they said that's fine. You can take fake IDs off of people and stuff like this.
Yeah, like you cancel your driving license. You can do that.
But we can, we have the power as a vaping company to essentially take people's ID off of them and keep it held if we don't think it's them. But the corner shops and all the other places and hairdressers and barbers and I mean, like, why does a hairdresser need to sell disposables, right?
Yeah.
Like these are the real things that the government should be looking into, not the kids are getting a hold of it. Well, where do you think they buy them? Because they don't buy them from retailers like ourselves, because we're PCI compliant. We've got an online, we've got sale. You can't buy them online with us because we've got an online age verification software. And all of our staff are so godly trained up, 3 months of vigorous training for the Challenge 25. So, and you think a hairdresser really cares about that? When you pay, you go online, you register that you sell vapes, and that's all you need to do. This is the problem with vaping at the moment, is all you do is you go onto the website, you register your business to sell vapes, and then that's it. That's all you need to do. Don't need to set a course. Don't need to say that why you're selling them. You just register your business, and then you can start selling them. There's no regulation to it whatsoever.
Oh, that's
no
bad.
paperwork, nothing. This is the problem with vaping, is that the government, although they're saying, yeah, you just regulate yourselves, the government still needs to step in and start regulating the businesses that aren't known as a vaping business. So it's very much, this disposable problem wasn't brought on by disposables as the problem. It's brought on by the corner shops, the hairdressers, the takeaways, all of those places that really have no real reason to sell them in the first place, apart from profiteering, because that's all they've done. When you look at the corner shops that sell them for a tenner, and then you've got normal vape businesses that sell them for, dirt cheap, right? Because they're disposables, right? 600 disposables are not expensive. The problem is it boils down to that corner shops and all the other places and this people that shouldn't be selling it have messed up this industry beyond repair. It's nothing to do with the vape industry as a proper vape industry, as in like eSig 1, Vaping 101, Flawless. Those guys didn't mess it up. It was the government did not step in and say, why are you selling these? We've confiscated these off of you X amount of times. That's it. No more. You're not allowed to sell them. They didn't step in. They just went slap on the wrist. Here's your £200 fine, and on you go. And they make that back in a day, so they don't care. So, like, they really do not care.
But how do you age restrict something with an online sell then?
So that we've got, we pay an extraordinarily a lot of money to have a piece of software from a company called One Account, who use the database. They use a multiple of databases to essentially age verify someone. So they'll use multiple things like the electoral roll, their name, their bank card, their phone number. They also check with our database when they buy something. Does the name match up with the address? Does the bank card match up? Does the IP address match up? And if one of those things gets flagged as not being them, it's a refusal of sale, immediate refusal of sale on our side.
And they'll get a mail, and then they have to send in their ID or a photo or something. Or
so, if someone fails, because some people fail, right? That's the nature of software. Some people, like, maybe they don't have the right phone number. they have to verify themselves with one account. Either they can contact us and then we verify it, but we do multiple checks. We want a billing address and we want your ID, and we want a picture of you holding your ID above your face. So then that way you can't just go to your mum's wallet or your dad's wallet and take the cards out and take a letter.
Pretty good.
So
And then
we're
you go to all this trouble, and then it's all for naught because they're still going to dispose. They're still going to ban shit. So
but we have age verification. We're very strict about it. We're probably one of the most strict companies in Aberdeen, apart from maybe VPZ and Totally Wicked, is the two other big ones. And then you've got Scott Vapes as well, which are all a part. We're all a part of the UK VIA, right? Every single one of us. But you've got Nickel and Dime. I guarantee they're not a part of the UK VIA, nor do they even care about what they're selling. I walked in there the other day and they're selling Oxford Slims and bottles of e-liquid. That's the problem. This is the real problem with vaping in the UK, is that they just let anybody and everybody sell them.
So
the Netherlands, the night stores sell them.
No, whatever Andrew said is absolutely true, but it is not the problem with UK. It's happening all over the world. Like, if you go to I visited Indonesia a couple of months back, though everything is legal over there, but you will find they are selling disposables in groceries. Why would you do that? Now, the thing is, how come these people, the barber shop and the groceries, are getting this product? It's coming from the people who are in wholesale business. So somewhere the companies, the brands are also should be coming with some kind of checking method if it is what kind of a business it is. Like, I'm not going to take anyone's name. Let's say like WVO is a well-reputed brand of juice. So why would I sell my juice to a guy who is having a shoe or a barber shop or a grocery? They should come up with something so that this lands in the hand of only who are proper people to sell these things. And plus, I have noticed that disposables has become kind of taboo in the vaping community, especially like let's say, people, not all of them, but most of the people who are vaping for a long time, the vintage people, let's say, right? They hate disposable, and it's not like that, because someone who is really want to quit cigarette and get into vaping, disposable is extremely necessary for them, because they will not be able to get into all the trouble, even if it is a simple pot kit, even if it is a simple caliper.
It's like a disposable is easy to use and it helps them transition. And then after a couple purchases of disposables, a shop could say, hey, you bought 3 disposables now. Maybe you want something more cost effective, and show them how a pot system works. Yeah.
So what we need to regulate is China, because China is letting everyone have its own disposable brand. And that is the problem. Even me, Vic, you, Andrew, we can also have our personalized WVO disposable, strawberry, something like that.
Strawberry big eyes.
Yeah, so that is the problem. That is the problem. Companies like Elf Bar and Lostberry, Elux, these are good brands, and come on. I mean, this one I'm vaping on. Yeah, obviously that, I don't know, people will hate me for saying this, but you have to appreciate the juice they have used inside it. Why Elf Bar is so famous? Because Elf Bar is tasty and the juice inside is good. So you cannot deny that.
Yeah, Elf Bar, for some reason, to me, Elf Bar has a flavor, to just a characteristic to their liquid that nobody else has. Like when you sent over these Cigalikes, these taste just like a BC 5000. That Elf Bar liquid is instantly
Pretty
recognized.
consistent, yeah.
And to me, it's like comfort food, because that's why I started off on that Elf Bar. And I think the problem is with a lot of these vape bans and bans on disposables, or just vaping bans and regulations in general. We're just looking at the negative aspects of it. We're looking at the
Yeah.
underage sales, which is certainly a problem. We're looking at the waste. That's certainly a problem. But I don't feel what these governments are taking into concern is that is pushing people back to cigarettes. So
Yes.
and we look at all the lives that have been saved by vaping. And so it's just we're not looking at both sides of the coin. They just want to look at the bad parts of vaping. They don't look at all the good things that vaping has done.
It's also parents that doing a bad parenting and then want to point at somebody like, hey, it's vaping, instead of parenting their kids properly. And if the governments would regulate the stuff better and put proper recycling for disposables, maybe a deposit, so you put like a £5 you give the shop, yeah, and then when you bring it back, you get your £5 back, and the shop will recycle it for you.
Yeah,
Would be
very
also
good
a
idea.
better system
Like
for
they
the
used to do with
environment.
bottles.
Yeah, they are still doing it here with bottles, cans, and stuff. To see here in the Netherlands, so they could also do this with disposables, and that would make the environmental issue less harmful because there's still a good battery in there. People are recharging these batteries, right? The plastic can be recycled as well. So, yeah. So
Yes. Yes.
okay,
Yeah, if
we
there
did
was a vape return where I got like a nickel for each one, man, I'd go in there and cash in because I've held on to a lot of these dead disposables for ages.
Yeah. We will be buying a new camera, man.
Yeah. Get some more lights.
Get some more lights. Okay, shall we dive into the next topic, Eric?
Absolutely. Now, this is really kind of what we were just talking about. This is an article out of the Philippines, what they're doing over there. All right, cigarettes and novel nicotine products should have different sets of regulations. Public health experts urge, stressing that smoke-free alternatives are far less harmful and could help address the global smoking problem. Professor David Sweener, chair of the advisory board for the Center of Health Law, Policy, and Ethics at the University of Ottawa, said regulations on vapes, heated tobacco, oral nicotine products, and other smoke-free alternatives shouldn't be as strict as those for conventional tobacco. This is because the annual reviews by the Office for Health have shown that novel tobacco products carry significantly lower risks than smoking. Sweener said if the same stringent regulations are imposed on novel products, far fewer people can be expected to attempt to switch away from cigarettes. Such regulations give the incumbent deadly products a marketplace advantage and reinforce misinformation about cigarettes being no more hazardous than smoke-free alternatives, he said. It is the inhalation of smoke that is causing the global pandemic, and smoke-free alternatives can replace cigarettes. Empowering and facilitating the move to smoke-free products for people who smoke cigarettes would lead to one of the greatest advances in the history of global public health, Sweener said. Now, he goes on to say, the bottom line is that we have known for decades that the reason people die from smoking is because of inhaling smoke, not from nicotine. We know that the countries that have had the biggest declines in cigarette smoking in recent times are countries that are essentially ignoring the advice of the World Health Organization, places that have allowed substitutes to replace cigarettes, Sweener said. Now, lastly, Professor Peter Hadjic, director of the Tobacco Dependence Research Unit at Queen Mary University of London, also criticized the World Health Organization, the WHO, for its strident anti-vaping stance, arguing that it hinders the transition to safer alternatives. Hadjic said, in fact, he sees a future where smoking-related cancer, heart disease, and lung disease will eventually disappear, as smoking is made obsolete by much less risky nicotine products that do not include combustion. All right, so a little bit about the World Health Organization, and of course, one of the reasons we went with the name of our group and our logo, the World Vape Organization. So what do we think, guys?
I don't like
Different
them. I don't like
restrictions for novel nicotine products such as vapes, then other things like around here, at least in the United States, the nicotine pouches, Zyn pouches are another thing that a lot of people use, moving away from traditional chewing tobacco. And I think this is great. I think this is something that I would like to see happen more because I think we do need the differentiation between the novel nicotine and the tobacco.
Oh,
So
this is. I don't know. I mean, see, Andrew was right. Andrew had made a very valid point. If you let them ban one thing, they'll come after everything one by one.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so if you ban big your mute, unmute.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I was vaping, and it's too much crackle, so I muted myself.
So if you let them ban, let's say the tobacco pouches, it has got a big industry and it has got a lot of users. So as a result, every action has its equal and opposite reaction. So as a result, a lot of people, a lot of customers will like get against vaping, like why you are banning us and you are still letting people vape. So I don't think it's a right idea. Okay, I don't
Sure.
think so.
Well, that's certainly a way to look at it. Absolutely. And I can see it going that way too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
something.
Banglair disappeared with us. And Banglair is muted now. We don't
Can't
hear
hear
you,
you.
Banga. We can't hear you, Banga. No. Right. Is the
No
battery of
sound.
your mic
No.
empty? I think
No.
is the battery of your mic empty?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you come back in? You pop-
Well, you know, we
We got these little parts for the deaf and muted.
hey, we're new at this. Although this
Well,
technology is amazing. I remember trying to do this years ago, and oh man, impossible. Everybody'd have to have their own personal IT guy hanging out in their house to get something like this to work.
yeah, it's a
yeah.
lot easier than it used to be. I remember before Streamlabs was normalized, it was you'd have to do it. You'd have to have someone who's dedicated to doing the stream for like an OBS setup, and they had to have really good internet, and they'd have to deal with all of the bandwidth. It's not too bad nowadays, and at least in the UK, bandwidth is pretty normalized now, and internet speed's pretty good here. But yeah, back in the day, it was like jump on a Discord, and then everybody has to make sure that they know how Discord works. This is easy. You just you send them the URL, and you log in.
Yeah, couldn't be easier, really.
Yeah, we're getting noise now.
All right.
All right, we got it back.
Okay. So
Yeah, if any of the other channels is watching, but he wants to say something, and apparently they are not appearing here in the screen for us. They can jump to my channel to mingle in the chat, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is coming through on my channel, or how that's going to work from everybody else's end. So
Yeah, but I checked a couple times on Banglair's channel, and I see people chatting, and don't see them here.
I got out and I came back. I don't know whether it's still streaming or not.
Yeah, I can check. It's still streaming on your channel, I think.
well,
Yeah,
it's still
so-
pretty early on a Sunday morning here in the United States. So
It's also streaming on 101 Vaping still. We got 8 people watching.
Is it streaming on my channel also?
Yeah, also as well. I was just checking 3 minutes ago. It's on
There
Eric
is this
Bedwell.
guy who commented, Deva, that is my childhood friend. And he
Oh,
popped
wow.
up in the live show. So, hi Deva. He is like a childhood friend from the
Oh, that's
beginning.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh. So let's do bar time. So we can show off what we're vaping and what we're drinking. So we start the bumper, and it's accustomed for our first guest to be first.
Oh,
So,
You forgot to run that thing.
yeah, I'm gonna run it now. There it goes. There you are.
Yeah, so a lot of people know, obviously, I run like multiple devices, but one of my go-tos, obviously, the Hammer of God. Let me move up like so it's a bit better. So I've got my Hammer of God with a Valkyrie XL. I'll put my hand over the back here because it's got the thingy batteries.
Oh, you can show them. I'm going to show them anyway, so you can
okay.
just show.
So I've got the OBD wraps. Everybody knows them. Big fan of them.
We're not monetized anyway, so.
Okay. I've got the Zion. I think that's how you pronounce it. Zion,
yeah.
the Zion
This thing
DIO
looks beautiful. This thing looks beautiful.
with the drop deads. I'm running the new X-Ross, the big Pro one, just to essentially get ready for a review. My Slim, I've always got a Slim running at the side. This is the SQ version. And then I've got another 2 burrows on me. I've got the Ambition mods with the Blaze. The Blaze one, I'm running at like 40 watts with the OBD wrap.
The Gamer
Girl one, and then I'm charging a battery for it, but I've got the Typhoon, and I'm actually running the Pulse in there. The Pulse at like NTL, so a 0.6 build in there, just to see how it runs on something that isn't the Pulse. And then I've got a mech on the side, which I've got the old school Suicides with the Osiris. I need to rebuild this. I've got the double stack tube sitting at the side here, which I'm going to get ready to put a build on. Old school. And then I've got another product for review, which was the Pro 2. Argus Pro 2. I think that's it for what I'm using at the moment. I tend to float between... I've got my go-to, my big, massive Hammer of God, and then I've got my stuff that I'm reviewing, and I've got a pod, which I'm always using.
What are you drinking?
Me? I'm on. It's a school night, so I'm on the sneak.
Okay, and then you can pass it on to somebody.
I'll pass it on to Eric.
Okay,
right.
Eric. All right.
Okay, well, so let's just start off with the nicotine. Now these are helpful. Got a few different things, a few novelty products to go over today. I wanted to talk a little bit about these guys first. These were sent over to me by Mr. Bongalier. This is something that I've never seen here in the United States. This is by Elf Bar. They're cig-alike. You guys saw me vaping on this little thing. It's essentially just looks like a cigarette. This reminds me of the first vapes that I ever used back when I first quit smoking. This was probably 2009 or so. The vapes looked like these, but they were refillable, and they were garbage. They were terrible. The juice was awful. They didn't work very well. They didn't produce any vapor. And then he sent me these out, and they're just a little like, they don't have very much fluid in them. I mean, obviously, they don't last real long, but these things are great. They taste just like an Elf Bar BC 5000. Not a whole lot of output, but this one's almost dead, too. I've been vaping on this one for a little bit, so it's probably about finished. But, yeah, Elf Bar cig-alikes. I don't even know how much these things are. They can't be all that much. But it's probably like a pack of cigarettes, I guess, probably as far as like how long it lasts. But pretty cool. I've also got my Bugatti spaceship. Been vaping on this one for a little while now. This thing is awesome. This is the vape engineered in Germany by Bugatti, made in Poland. So, pretty cool. Not a whole lot of features on this one. It's just a straight up disposable. It doesn't have any like a screen for juice percentage or anything like that. Just real straightforward. Basically, just has a light for just your showing that it's on. Pretty good output. For a disposable, it's not too bad. I really like the liquid in this one. It's super, super smooth. I have a feeling that they probably use pretty high quality liquid in this. And it is actually it is licensed, as far as I can tell, it is licensed by Bugatti, the car brand that comes out of Germany. So it's actually not a Chinese disposable. It's one of the first ones out of nicotine disposables that I've seen that isn't
So
Chinese.
it's Polish. It's made in
Yeah,
Poland, so it's Polish.
it's made in Poland. So, yeah, it's a Polish vape.
When it's empty, it says, "Ooh, kurwa."
I would no, never been. So that's what I've got today as far as the way of nicotine goes. Now I got a package sent to me from a company that I had worked with a little bit previously down in Florida called Tillman's Tranquils. Now they
Oh my
make THC
God.
products,
Here we go.
and they make some really cool stuff. I went over. I did a review recently on one of their THC syrups. It's this stuff right here. This stuff is great. Pretty powerful stuff. Tastes great. You can mix it in with a drink. I brought actually here this morning. I've got a soda. I was going to maybe mix a little bit of this in with. It's kind of like a kit, but they make pretty much anything that you can imagine that you can make out of THC. A lot of different edibles.
Drink it now. Drink it now.
Drink it now.
Yeah.
I might get into that here in a minute, but. And let's see here. They sent out some of their gummies. They've got these are their strawberry lemonade, perfect dose gummies. These are Delta 8 THC and CBD. Also, and I haven't tried these yet. These are now all of their products. They list it in a ratio, like ratio of CBD to THC. Like this says 1-to-1 because it's got the same amount of CBD as THC, 15 milligrams each. So that's their 1-to-1 ratio gummies. Also, they have this is the first company that I've ever seen do this. They have THC mints. They're perfect dose mints. They sent me a couple different packages of these.
So you fix your breath and get stoned?
Exactly. If you're going to be faded, you want to smell good at the same time while you're doing it, right? We don't want to offend anybody. So yeah, they sent out. These are some cherry mints, and I haven't tried these yet. I just got these the other day. I'm kind of looking forward to maybe getting into these here, maybe later on today. But they sent some cherry ones, and then also they've got some peppermint THC mints. And of course, they make vapes as well. They sent me out 2 different vapes, and they are THC vapes. This one is Delta 9 THCP and Delta 8 THC. And these are both legal forms of THC that are legal here in the United States. I've heard that you're starting to see this maybe in some other countries, but I think it's more, at least started off as more of an American thing. It's kind of a low THC form of marijuana that's federally legal in the United States. So federally legal in all 50 states, although not legal in every single state, because some states can have individual bans on state level that still make the low THC products illegal, but they are federally legal in all 50 states. So they sent out a couple of different vapes. They sent one that is a sativa and one that is an indica. And I've been vaping on their sativa one. It's this right here. And these are really impressive because a lot of these THC vapes are not a good heavy device like this that give you a really good output. A lot of them are actually more something along the lines of this. Not a whole lot of output, don't really work all that well, but this works just as good as any nicotine disposable that I've tried.
Eric's internet is
I don't have
playing.
it turned on. If I turn it on, it works a little better. Well, crap.
You have
Okay, here's the thing.
finished
In THC disposable, you got to hit the button.
Oh.
For THC disposable, that's a lot of output, really, because the liquid in these is not like nicotine liquid. It's like a sap. It's like a tar. Like if you get it on your fingers, it's almost like getting like super glue or something on there. It's pretty nasty stuff. So a lot of the times it doesn't produce as much vapor. So these have been really good. I've been pretty impressed with their stuff so far. And they're here in the United States. I believe they are down in Florida. So that's it for me. That's what Eric's been vaping on here recently. So
All right.
turn it over to you guys.
Which one?
How about you, Mick? What you got, man?
Okay, I'll put my cell
Here we
phone
go.
speed. Whoa! Well, I'm drinking a casual beer because I got a little hangover today, and this is the cure. So yeah, it's about time I dove down. Let's dive down. There we go. I'm vaping on the Iceberg Edition .AIO V2, the sturdy one, and in there I got some double apple liquid. And that's really cool, nice. And here I have the Craftsman with the Bishop 2 on top. And in that I have some apricot peach. And also a nice wrap.
Here you go.
Here you go. Don't know what liquid I have in here, but also a nice wrap. It's the Pulse V2 AIO with the Pulse bridge. Really digging this device. It's nice, made of full metal and stuff. So yeah, loving it. Gives me great vape. Now we've seen this one before. I'm using the closed doors. I have the transparent panels as well, but I don't like the feel of it. So I got the Hawk and the Valkyrie XL. Got some big, full, whopping 5mm coils in there, and running it at it's like a resistance of 0.28. And I'm running it now at 150 watts, but I can even pump the wattage higher if I wanted to. But the Valkyrie XL is an amazing tank. Also, the Odin V2 with the Osiris 30mm on top. And in that, what liquid do I have in there? I don't even remember. Sorry. But, then I'm really running the Maxis 2.
Now he'll bring out all those circus liquids.
And the spotless Bloody Mary, they'll drop that too. And in that, I have this awfully wrong branded Skid Gang. It tastes like Skittles. Then here I got the K Pro Zoom with the Typhoon GT4S.
That's cute. That's cute.
That's one of my beauties. A little bit high end. Also, Mac in my rotation. It's the
That's
Prey.
your favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite. And I got the Juggernaut V2 on top. But it's like this whole setup is maybe 2 or 3 years old, but it's still a good setup. And in that, I have a mixture of these two liquids still. Because I overnicked one of those. So I mixed them up. And then I have, of course, the OG Topside Dual with the Dead Rabbit Max. And some more delicious in there, chocolate eclair. This is basically my morning vape, or when I drink coffee, I really like this combo. And then here I have Grim Green Empire with the demo RDA on top, with some Bob Easy Candy Co. This actually tastes exactly the same as IVG bubblegum, if somebody is wondering. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I think Grim Green might be releasing a dual battery Empire soon. No, but he doesn't want to tell me.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. He had something on the last vlog, and he was holding his hands over it. And kind of, it's a dual battery squonker, but that's all he said. I can't show you, so I'm thinking that's going to be the dual battery Empire. Here I have a Tycoon with the Blaze bridge inside, and no titty battery wrap. Sorry. And I'm still dripping on my Revival Mac with the Goon RDA, which is really it's a beauty. So that's basically it, guys. Well, it's glitching out. There we go. So I can only pass it on to one person, and that's Bengler Vapada.
All right. Okay. So first up, I have got this Argus Key one. This one, I have VCT chocolate, vanilla custard tobacco chocolate. All right. Then I have got my Smoke ProPod GT. And on this one, I have got BLVK tobacco pistachio. Okay. Then I have got my Caliburn. This is GK3, yeah. And on this one, I have nasty Kashman mango strawberry. And another caliber, my favorite. And on this one, I have got something which freezes my brain. This is from Tokyo. This is iced cranberry raspberry. And then I have this. Oh, I hope you guys remember this.
Yeah, smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on this one, I have got a green potion from Asterix. This is tea juice, green Kelly. Okay.
That's some Beto vaping over there.
And then I have my sand. And on this one, I have got blueberry cheesecake from Cake King. I love this one. All right. And last but not the least, to piss all the people, I have got Rainbow Clouds, Moti P 10,000 Pro. There you go.
Rainbow clouds. It suggests actually that it makes colored clouds. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Take me off the main.
I gotta get my hands on some of that green vape juice right there. That's gotta be some good stuff.
There's no THC in there. There's no THC.
There should be.
Tea Juice is a company from United Kingdom, so Andrew must be knowing it.
Zap juice.
No, this is not Zap.
I think it's manufactured by them. I do recognize the brand name.
Is it? This is the Zap's logo?
But they normally go with like that sort of lightning bolt styled stuff for the bottles. I have seen the brand before. I recognize the brand.
Yeah, it tastes pretty weird as well. Like it's a pink lemonade, but it's not a pink lemonade. A lot of citrusy stuff on this. Pretty refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm shocked that this shit still works. Oh my god.
That's an old one, that one. That smoke. It's what we call a granny vape.
Granny vape.
That's what you call them.
That thing is being used since Second World War. So I got some questions written down for Andrew. So if people also have questions, you can post them in the chat, and if we notice them, we might ask them as well. It doesn't have to be vape related, but I already have to take one question off because we already discussed that, but I'll skip that. Are you a family man, Andrew?
Well, I've got a wife. I'm married, and I've got my little dog. I've got a little pug, but I don't have any kids.
You don't want to?
I do. Life priorities are a bit different at the moment with everything else that's going on. But yeah, it's something that me and my wife have discussed. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's keep it private. Okay.
Yeah,
What's your favorite dual battery mod?
That would probably be the OG Odin.
OG Odin, the old Odin, the first one.
Yes.
Oh, it's shiny. Yeah. It is so shiny. What's your favorite squonk mod?
It's topside. OG topside.
Dual. The dual.
No, the single.
Oh, the single because it's compact.
Yes, I've still got one. They're brilliant.
Okay. And your favorite RDA?
Favorite RDA? That's a hard one since there's been so many good ones. I think for for just like good solid flavor, it's going to be the Asgard. Like it's like a true classic. It's
the original Asgard, not the mini or the micro. Yeah.
No, I'm talking like our OG Asgard, sort of Asgard 24 mil. Not the big one. The dual coil one, but not the 30 mil one. The Asgard mini.
And the what kind of RTA?
RTA. It's so right now my favorite RTA is that Valhalla. The Valkyrie XL. It's like hands down the best RTA I've used out of all RTAs. For the size of it, It used to be the Titan, but the Titan, like, it was just like big and it looked cool. But and then
Yeah, I got one here as well.
yeah, but the only problem with the Titan is that it's hard to open. After a while, it kind of seizes up.
Yeah, everything twists with it.
Yeah, this one's good. It gives great flavor.
A great flavor. It can handle a lot of power as well with the airflow. Yeah, I agree on that one. And your favorite pod?
Favorite pod? That would probably be. That's a hard one. I've used so many. The mini beeper. The mini beeper from Whizman. I love that thing. I think it was great. The only problem is coils. Now that it's, it can't get through UK anymore.
Oh, that's shitty. If you were the government, what's the first thing you would change?
I would probably lift the 2 mil capacity on tanks. That is the biggest bane of my life. I hate it.
Yeah, it's idiots. You vape at 80 or 100 watts, and you can just smell juice dripper because you have the TPD rule as well here in the Netherlands. So that's why I order from France. They don't care about the 2 mil capacity. Okay. Question 4, I'm going to skip. What's your opinion on the Brexit?
Brexit, it's a bit of a weird one because obviously we're in Scotland, right? So we have a different opinion on how Brexit works. I'm not the biggest fan on the whole Brexit thing because it kind of, as working in an industry, it messed up a lot of how we ship goods and how taxation works and all the other stuff. It's a logistical nightmare, and it's hurt the economy a lot more than it's helped. It hasn't. It's the worst decision ever. And also, it didn't matter what Scotland voted because it was coming down to England anyway, and not us as a country. It wouldn't matter what we did. We could have all voted to stay in, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's especially for the customers outside of the UK. They will have to pay invoice to get the products from the shop you work for. So it's annoying. Yeah. So what's your favorite flavor profile then for liquid?
Yeah, that is what I'm interested in.
Blue slush.
Blue slush.
Blue slush and Iron Brew is my other one. So.
And the blue slush, which brand is that?
It's Slush Bucket from Joe's Juice.
Okay, then I got some rapid fire questions. I'm gonna name 2 things.
Yeah.
And then you have to pick one. And there are a couple questions. You can say one time you can say neither, and one time you have both as an answer. Okay, so you got 2 jokers there. Okay, MTL or direct long?
MTL.
What did I wrote there? Oh, TV series or anime?
Anime.
Ah, cool. Boobs or butt?
Boobs.
I do. Bicycle or car?
Bicycle.
Oh, wow. Rebuildable or stock coil?
Rebuildable.
This is about cars. Petrol or electric?
Petrol.
Petrol. Cooking. Gas or electric?
Gas.
Okay. 3D printed or stab wood?
Stab wood.
Awesome. Drunk or high?
Both.
Both. Okay. Digital currency or cash?
Cash.
Cash. Game green or vaping bogan?
Oh my god.
It's probably going to be Bogan because I've spoke to Bogan a few times. He's really nice.
Yeah, he is. Huh?
I've not properly spoke to Grim yet, so I don't know him.
Grim Green is also very relaxed. I met him at Half Vape. He's a chill out guy. He always hangs with Bogan on all the vape shows. So I actually figured that this one would be the both one.
I like both of them. It's just I've only spoke with Bogan so far. I've never spoke to Grim.
Well, he's coming to the UK if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm sure I'll meet Bogan proper very soon. I'm sure he'll make a trip up to the legendary shop at some point.
That's cool. So those were the rapid fire questions that I had. So that was fun.
I love that Andrew saved his both answer for the drunk or high question.
Yeah. I was figuring when I made the questions like, oh, maybe he doesn't like either of them, so he might be, but that's the neither one. And then I say for Grim and Bogan the both one. But yeah, he could have tried asking like, can I switch my neither for another both? So anybody else in chat has any questions for Andrew?
Yeah, guys, come up with questions.
Yeah, he'll answer them if he's capable.
I did see someone asking about the
Don't ask about price.
Yeah, no
Can
price.
you send me a vape? Not these kind of questions. Oh my God.
Somebody asked you always.
Asked about a futon, which was over on Vaping 101. We're probably not getting. Is the futon's the little box thing, isn't it? The little tester box. I don't think we're getting that back in because I think BP stopped making them.
I didn't see that. I can't find the question though.
I seen it over on Vaping 101.
Oh.
I've got because you can see all the chat in this side.
Yeah, on the chat, someone also said finally a vape show without someone having a neck tattoo, but I have.
Yeah. He just spray painted that on quickly.
Someone said vaping or gaming. So gaming, because I have been gaming all of my life. Whereas vaping, not so much. But gaming, yeah, I'm a big gamer. I've got loads of like old school consoles in the back and stuff. I've got an NES and old PlayStations and stuff in the back.
Yeah. Your studio looks like a gaming zone.
Yeah. So I've not got. I've got an arcade machine as well, but that's in the other room. I've got a full blown Japanese arcade cabinet, which I ordered from Japan. It's very cool.
That's awesome, but everything is in Japanese on the arcade, or they.
So the cabinet itself is a Street Fighter 4. It's a Ultra Street Fighter 4 cabinet. So everything in the cabinet is Japanese. I just put a PC inside of it, so it just runs. It runs like a front end. So it's got like 4,000 games on it or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you kind of like built your own Neo Geo.
Yes, that's what you would. That's kind of would be. Yeah, it's like a Neo Geo.
Cool.
Man, that's very cool. I've heard of people doing stuff like that. I think that'd be awesome to have something like that in the house.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Like it's one of the sort of things that I'd always wanted, and then I think it was 2 years ago I ordered one, and it took like good 2-3 months to get here. The coolest thing I've ever bought, but it took like 4 people to get it upstairs and stuff. It's very heavy. It's very big and very, very heavy. Because it's a sit-down version cabinet, so it's not a stand-up. You sit down at it. So I've got little stools for it. It's got like a little bit for your arcade sticks. It's like a 2-player cabinet, and it's very, very big and very loud. I think it's like a 40-inch screen in front of it and stuff. It's super cool.
So when you're playing it, the neighbors will be banging the door like, "Hey, turn the noise down."
It's so loud.
Come and play.
There is a question for Andrew from KVR. Take a look.
Yes, I see it. So I didn't come up with a name. So that was Tony. So I can only assume that he's called it Vaping 101 is because we're the 101 of vaping. You can get everything, right? So we do everything at the store. So rebuildables, pods, all that sort of stuff. I think that's why it's called Vaping 101, because it's the 101 of vaping. You can get whatever you want. Right now, we're a bit light on the high-end stuff, but that's because there isn't really anything that's like high-end that's mass-produced at a decent rate. We used to have like your Purge, some of your German mechs and stuff like that, but they're so hard to come by now. But we still try and keep the high-end guys happy. You know, we'll try and if we spot something that's good to buy, We'll try and keep that happy. But we're always stocked up on like Vapors Cloud's latest stuff and some of the other guys who make high end stuff.
Yeah, Vapors Cloud is like a low end v high end stuff actually. Yeah,
It's what mid tier, sort of mid
Mid-tier,
tier is what
yeah.
I sort of class Vapors Cloud. It's like kind of high end, but not really high end. It's like a middle sort of mid tier brand. But yeah, I did see the one with the foot paw. I see that in the comment there. I have seen him. I can't remember the guy's name who made it though. He makes Stabwood mods.
the Vape Smarter one. No, you got Vape Smarter stuff. That's from the UK.
Yeah, I don't actually have it. He's never been in touch with us.
Oh.
All he has to do is be in touch with us, and then we can essentially discuss getting it in stock. It's like that with everything, right? We only recently got an OBD wraps, and that's a brand that's been in the market for I don't know how many years, and we only recently got it in. But that specific relationship between us and OBD wraps is quite a good one. We have quite a good relationship with their brand.
Yeah, I like their wraps because what man doesn't like boobs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite big on it. You can see that I've got the posters in the back. And I've got their drip mat down there.
You bought that all yourself.
Yes, I paid for that, and I've got the wraps and I've got the pouch.
Yeah, you got the whole book, right? You got the collector's book.
Got the
I
new pouch.
I saw that video.
New pouch that came out.
Yeah, that's my favorite battery wrap with titties. It's the Uwu. The Uwu. I love it.
There's book.
Oh my god. Lots of boobs.
Lots of boobs.
I've got their crazy jacket that they just released. It's got all the designs in the side of it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
By the way, Vic, I'm sorry to cut you off. My wife.
He cut himself off. We don't hear you again.
No sound.
Maybe I mute him and then unmute him. No, still no sound. I don't know what he messed up. He's something about
here.
I'm sorry to cut you off, and he cuts himself off. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, he was the OBD t-shirt, but that was the t-shirt they sent me. Although I've got very confused because the t-shirt. Now you guys, I don't do fashion. Why is it like this?
It's a long sleeve. It's a short sleeve.
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I can do it.
It's like because his so when I spoke to Chris, he was like, "Oh, I used to be a skate brand." That's like it's kind of why it's like that.
Titties on skateboards.
Yes.
That's kind of looks like an
wondering.
80s shirt. I remember people. I guess I kind of remember people in the 80s having those like 3/4 length t-shirts.
Yeah. It's been a while. People were like wearing 3/4 pants, and now they have the 3/4 shirt to match it.
The capri pants. There he is.
There he is.
This is what happens when you have 2 kids.
Don't start, Andrew. Don't start. Okay.
No, it's good. It's good.
So you're gonna get a pinball machine next, Andrew, for the other room?
Yes, that is the next project. I'm building that one, so pinball machines are quite expensive, and I want like I want a pinball machine that's like universal, so I can just load in a bunch of pinballs onto it, rather than just having it strictly to one. So it'll be a virtual pinball machine. That's
How does that work? So it would have to be all digital.
Yeah, it's all digital, but it's got like weights and sort of mechanisms inside of it to feel like an actual pinball machine.
Huh.
So you can actually bump the pinball machine when the ball's not. Yeah. Cool.
Really, really cool. Little thing that I wanted to try out and sort of build one and have essentially get the pinball machine, and then I get a racing cabinet with the next project after that.
Oh, yeah, so. You're
During
gonna show
the,
off. You're gonna show that off on YouTube as well, I guess.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
during the pandemic, I got really into this game I found on the Xbox that was all of the old original pinball games that were all modeled and just worked exactly just like all those old machines from like the 70s and the 80s. They got really into that. And then recently in the city that I work in, a big bar opened up that has like probably 100 pinball machines, and it's all those old classic machines in there. And then there's a big full bar right in the middle of the place. So I haven't really got to go over there and check it out yet, but it's like the first time that there's ever been anything like that around here. I haven't seen a pinball machine in ages.
So my wife also commented on the chat, and she told me you didn't reply me. So I said no, Big didn't pull it up.
What? Where? Where's your wife? She's on your channel, and I don't see it here. I can't pull it up.
No, she was on the live show. I said Big blocked you.
No, I don't see her anywhere. The Bone Girl, because that's your wife, the Bone Girl.
Yeah.
Uh,
There she is.
oh yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Very nice, she says. Here she's again, the Bone Girl. and she's really in love with you, Banglair.
we are married for.
And she can join. Yeah, put her next to you. Why not? She can show what she's playing on.
Definitely join. We have 2 kids together, and we are married. Touchwood. So yeah, I love her. She loves me. We are still in love. That is what marriage is all about. Yeah. I want to touch a wood, but I cannot find one. Oh God.
So she can join you for sure.
No. If she joins me, my both kids will also join, and it'll be a mess. It'll be a vaping thing.
Everything will fall from the table.
My God, I'm sure Vape and Fagan will come after me. But
yeah, he wants you on his show.
no disrespect to Vape and Fagan. I am a subscriber of his channel. I watch his videos. It's just his Saturday night live streams, I guess, where there are sometimes his 6, 10, 12 people. That is
9 hours. They're all drunk.
Rather
Yeah,
than
but
that, I love that man. Vape and Pagan.
yeah, but that's comedy. It's that people are waiting for disaster to happen there. It's cool. Yeah. So yeah. Anything else to discuss?
No, I guess it was lovely meeting Andrew, and
Yeah.
it was. I mean, it's honor and you gave us a chance to host you.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm more than happy to help out with the community stuff. I'm always more than happy to speak with the vaping community and speak with you guys and many other people. I have a different insight to how vaping is compared to other people. You guys are more like the consumer side of it. I have more of like the industry side of it, whereas like I kind of know, where the government is right now with vaping, as well as the general consensus of how people are taking a lot of what's going on right now. And obviously I kind of know like what is an actual popular product, and sort of like I have like some insider knowledge to an extent. You
see the sales. You see the sales.
Yeah,
you see the sales.
So like obviously, yeah, disposables are popular, and yes, they're bad for the environment, but it's all down to like we've got a recycling program, right? So we're doing our part in the government side of it, and we recycle them. And then obviously
people need to bring them back. Not all of them do. Yeah.
Believe me, they bring them back with us. We've got like one of those little bins, and they fill up in 2 days. Every 2 days, we need to fill them up. It's absolutely mental.
We should bring Andrew more often to our show.
Yeah, we can invite you anytime. And maybe also on the Savage Simon's show if you want to come. I can ask for Simon if he wants that.
Simon, I know Simon. Simon loves me. He loves winding me up. That's what he does all the time.
Yes, Simon
He says it all the time.
He can arrange him to that self. He's a great guy. He started the whole live craze for me. He invited me for the first time on a live show on the Saturday Night
Me
Live.
too. For me
Yeah, and then
also.
and now he adopted me as a son in his own show. So it's pretty funny.
So
Are
for
you
for
going to be coming to the Vape Expo? You going to the Vape Expo?
Not the one in May. I'm going to the Hall of Vape in June. And maybe the one late in October, there's another expo, right? Maybe I could try
Yes.
coming there. Yeah, I want to come there
yeah,
and
yeah,
make
he
some
has
footage.
got his whole crew ready.
Yeah,
I
for
think
Hall of Vape, yeah.
I think I'm going. I might be going to May. I think I might be going with OBD. With them, I think I spoke to them about it, and they were like, "Oh, you should come. You should come. You should come." And they were like, "Oh,
Great.
just come down and take batteries down and stuff, and you can help get the wraps, push the wraps and stuff with us." I was like, "Maybe, yeah." There's a lot of people who are begging for us to go to the Vape Expo as a stand. But that's because I think the biggest complaint what I got from last Vape Expo was that they had loads of stuff to show off, but then we're like, "How do I buy it?" And they were like, "Oh, you can't. You have to go to the shops." Like they went to the expo, but they couldn't buy anything. It was the biggest
Wow,
complaint about the
but
expo.
they can buy it online from your shop.
Yeah, but like,
But
say they
he's
would go
talking
to
about
like
the
they go
Vape
to
Expo.
like Oxford's stand. Oxford would be showing
Yeah.
off the new pod, and it would be out like round about the time of the expo. But
Mhm.
then they were like, "You can't buy it from us."
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
have
did
got
the Hall of Vape with you as well. But then you go to the high-end corner and you just buy and take it away. It's
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of the problem with the Vape Expo right now is obviously the craze of disposables and stuff. Right, you've got all the disposable vendors that are essentially fighting over all the stands by outbidding each other. I'm hoping, from what I got told by Tony, he said that the expos used to be the funnest thing ever.
Yeah.
They used to be just absolutely mobbed with all these like different brands. But since the disposables came in, it's now just disposable brands that are there.
And
But
that's
he
what I
said,
like in Hall of Vape. They're like disposable stands. They put a smoking hot chick with covered boobs, to be clear. And everybody walks by them and they're just looking at all the other stuff, because there are rebuildables, high end pipes and juices. And yeah, I tried Jewel. They didn't give me anything, or they even wanted to sell me the Caliber and Iron Fist that just was released back then. And Vaporesso gave me stuff, and Geek Vape. They were kind to me to say talk with them, and that was nice. So yeah, I'm looking
I
forward
have
to Hall
got
of
one
Vape
more
this year.
question before we wrap up to Andrew. Have you, like Vaping 101, have you people ever considered making your own stuff like juices or things?
yes, it is something that we're considering at the
Yeah.
moment. Sort of, we're thinking about. I think for us this year as a brand, we might do collaborations. So we might speak with Hell Vape, see about getting an RDA or an RTA. It's more collaborations this year, I think, is the key to try and get our brand even further out than it already is. To sort of say, that we do know what we're talking about when it comes to rebuildables. Like everybody who works for us, by the way, nothing but rebuildables. They're all like proper, like hard vapors. Like they're all on billet boxes or burrow mods or RTAs or squonks. All of
So,
the
so,
stuff.
so so when a client comes in the shop and then needs help with rebuilding, they will help them out and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
a proper way to do a vape shop, yeah.
all the staff are all the way from disposables all the way up to Macs. They know how to use them all. That's probably the only difference between us and like a VPZ, right? With us, you can walk in and you can ask, "Oh, how do I work the Hammer of God mech?" Well, here's a quick example of ohms. Here's the builds that you would do. Here's the coils that you'd use. Here's the batteries you would use. And this is how to keep it safe and battery safety. And here's some battery wraps to make sure that if they tear, like we're everybody knows exactly what they're doing. There's no we don't do pushy sales or anything like that. You can come into the shop and just ask what you want. You just go, can I get a pod? And then we go, we've got this cheap one here if you want that. That's we're not the business owner's motto is don't be pushy. Just if they get them what they want. Never push a product onto someone. If they just want something simple, they ask for something simple. But if they want help with a rebuildable, go and grab your toolkit and give them a hand.
Very good. So all of you people who are watching it right now, if you want to have a great service, if you're a beginner, you're starting, you know where to go. Vaping 101. And or you can contact Dr. Strange, aka Andrew.
I have so when it comes to helping people, we have our Discord, which is always where there's loads of varied of vapors on there who are always willing to help people. So when it comes to just simple stuff like, what coil should I use in this mod, you can jump onto our Discord and someone in there, either myself or a part of like essentially the Vaping 101 community, will give you a hand. I'll get the link for that.
It's a 101 vaping, I guess, on Discord.
Let me see. How do I
post that link?
I'm about to grab it.
Yeah, put it in the private chat and I move it to the.
There you go. I've got it for you.
There you go. I'll copy link and comments and then post it here.
I do give giveaways on Discord as well.
Okay, so guys, if you need some free stuff, if you need some help, you have that link. Click on that, join that Discord channel, and he'll be in a candy shop, right?
Candy shop.
Okay. So with that, Vic, we should wrap up. And before that, next week we have got another special guest. That is.
We already talked about him.
Savage Simon. All right.
Savage Simon will be joining us, so it will be a good show.
Of vaping will be our
granddaddy of vaping.
Touch wood. After the Simon episode, we might get someone very, very special. All right.
We're trying, yeah. No spoilers here, okay?
No. I'm not okay. So that's it. Let's wrap it up.
I want to thank everybody in chat for joining us on all the channels. Absolutely. It was fun.
Thanks to all of you guys.
Check all the channels out of us. So on YouTube, we got Eric Badwell. It's exactly as it is in the screen, only for 101 vaping. You have to look at the little letters to find this channel.
Guys, go ahead and bombard Andrew's channel. It is Vaping 101. Subscribe, hit the like button, bombard his channel.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye.
Thank you so much, all of you guys. And we'll be back next week with another episode of Vape Rendezvous, the episode number 3 with Savage Simon.